$250 billion. That is how much Nvidia is betting on one single data center. Here is what that money actually buys and why 3 stocks just got riskier. Let us put $250 billion in perspective. That is roughly the entire annual GDP of Sweden. It is more than 6 times what Nvidia currently has in cash. Nvidia has $43 billion in cash and short-term investments. $250 billion is 6 times that. But here is where it gets bigger. The guarantee is only part of the deal. Nvidia is also discussing financing for OpenAI to buy Nvidia chips. That could add another $350 billion. Total exposure, $600 billion. Tied to one project in Southern Ohio. A 10-gigawatt data center campus being built by SoftBank's energy subsidiary. 10 gigawatts is enough electricity to power 3 million homes. To put that in data center terms, the largest data center on Earth today, Naver's GATEKEEPER Sejong in South Korea, is 200 megawatts. The OpenAI campus will be 50 times larger. Let me explain what a guarantee actually is because this matters. OpenAI wants to build a $500 billion data center. But OpenAI does not have an investment-grade credit rating. That means banks charge them very high interest rates or refuse to lend at all. So Nvidia steps in and says, "We will co-sign the lease. If OpenAI cannot pay, Nvidia will." This drastically lowers OpenAI's interest rate. But it also means Nvidia is on the hook for $250 billion if something goes wrong. Nvidia currently has $43 billion in cash. They generate about $70 billion in free cash flow per year. So they could cover the guarantee. But it would stretch their balance sheet further than it has ever been stretched. This is not a small bet. This is an existential commitment to the idea that AI demand will grow exponentially for the next decade. Nvidia is not the only company placing massive bets. The 5 largest tech companies are spending a combined $750 billion on AI infrastructure this year. Microsoft is spending $80 billion, Amazon $75 billion, Alphabet $50 billion, Meta $37 billion, Oracle $15 billion. Every single one of these companies is building data centers as fast as they can, and they all need Nvidia chips to do it. Nvidia controls roughly 80% of the AI chip market. That is why they can afford to guarantee OpenAI's lease. Because every data center built anywhere in the world needs their silicon. The demand is real. The question nobody can answer is, how long will it last? 3 companies sit at the center of this AI infrastructure build-out. Nvidia makes the chips. ARISTA Networks makes the networking switches that connect them. And VERTIV provides the power and cooling systems. Every single dollar of that $250 billion guarantee flows through these 3 companies eventually. Nvidia at $208.76, down 0.9%. ARISTA at $176.61, down 1.2%. VERTIV at $304.04, up 0.8%. Nvidia is at the center of everything. Their market cap is roughly $3.5 trillion. Their revenue has grown from $27 billion 2 years ago to an estimated $130 billion this year. That is nearly 5 times revenue growth in 2 years. Their data center segment now accounts for 80% of total revenue. Gaming used to be their biggest business. 2 years ago, gaming was 50% of revenue. Today, it is just 12%. They have completely transformed into an infrastructure company. But here's the concern. At $208.76, Nvidia trades at 50 times earnings. That is expensive by any historical measure. This is the Kronos AI 30-day forecast for Nvidia. The blue line shows historical price. The green dashed line is the AI prediction. The green shaded area is the confidence range. At $208.76 today, the Kronos model predicts Nvidia will decline to $201.96 over the next month. That is a 3.3% drop. The prediction range spans from $187 to $215. The downward prediction is modest, but notable given that Nvidia just announced a $250 billion guarantee that should theoretically be bullish. The market may be pricing in balance sheet risk. ARISTA Networks makes the networking equipment that connects every server in a data center. Every rack of Nvidia GPUs needs ARISTA switches to talk to each other. ARISTA is a direct beneficiary of the AI infrastructure build-out. Their revenue grew 35% last year to $7.5 billion. Their gross margins are over 60%. They have zero debt and $5 billion in cash. But their stock has already priced in a lot of good news. At $176.61, ARISTA trades at 45 times earnings. The Kronos forecast for ARISTA Networks shows the most bearish outlook of the three. A 15.7% predicted decline is significant. The confidence range is also very wide. $124 on the low end to $189 on the high end. That wide range tells us the AI model has low confidence in this prediction. High uncertainty means higher risk. For context, ARISTA is down roughly 12% from its all-time high set earlier this year. The Kronos model sees that correction continuing. This matters because ARISTA is a direct proxy for data center networking demand. If ARISTA corrects, it signals that the market thinks the infrastructure build-out is peaking. VERTIV is the least known of these three companies, but arguably the most essential. They make the power and cooling infrastructure for data centers. Every data center needs backup power. Every rack of GPUs generates enormous heat and needs liquid cooling systems. VERTIV provides both. Their revenue grew 25% last year to $8 billion. And their backlog is at an all-time high. They have more orders than they can fulfill. But the stock has had an incredible run, up nearly 200% over the past year. At $304.04, VERTIV trades at 35 times earnings. The Kronos chart for VERTIV tells an interesting story. The prediction is slightly bearish, down 4.1%. But look at that wide confidence band. $406 on the high side, $261 on the low side. The AI model is genuinely uncertain about VERTIV. On one hand, the demand for data center power and cooling is exploding. Every new AI data center needs VERTIV's equipment. On the other hand, the stock has already rallied 200% in 1 year. The question is whether the growth is already priced in. The Kronos model seems to think the risk of a pullback is slightly higher than the chance of further gains, but not by much. VERTIV is the most balanced prediction of the three. Here is what you need to understand. Nvidia is placing the biggest corporate guarantee in history on one bet: that AI demand keeps growing exponentially. The three companies most exposed to that bet. Nvidia predicted at $201.96, down 3.3%. ARISTA at $148.92, down 15.7%. VERTIV at $291.61, down 4.1%. All three bearish. That does not mean these are bad companies. All three have incredible fundamentals: growing revenue, strong margins, massive demand. But the Kronos model is saying that the stock prices have run ahead of the fundamentals. Any disappointment could trigger a correction. That is why I wanted to show you this data before the Fed decision on Wednesday and before big tech earnings this week. Watch those events closely. They will tell you whether the AI trade has more room to run or if the correction has begun. The Fed meets Wednesday. Apple and Microsoft report earnings this week. Those four events will decide whether the AI trade continues or corrects. Every chart and every data point in this video is linked in the description. Subscribe for daily AI finance analysis. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not financial advice. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Always do your own research and consult a qualified financial advisor.